Good afternoon, everyone. It is approximately 12 o'clock, a little after in California. That puts it at about 3:10 Eastern New York time. And I am just amazed at how this whole week has played out. Last 2 weeks have played out. This is my regular SPY chart. You guys have all seen this. Everybody says it looks like it's painted colors, and this is my weekly. Sorry, this is a weekly chart. Spread it out here. You can see what I have here. I've got a lot of data actually on this chart. And what I'm pointing out to you, what I want to point out to you is, we just completed the first 5 days of July. Okay. And this is our weekly data right here. That's our weekly candle. Let me spread this out, and look at the size of that move. I mean, that's a very solid upward trend taking place right here, all the way up. You can see here all the way back in April, had a good solid range here at the end of April. Then this is early May, mid-May, third week in May, and then last week in May. And then we go here into June, and then second week in June, big solid upward trend. And look at this momentum. I mean, this is a very solid upward trend right within my channel and likely moving off of this dash line support, which remember, that dash line support, if I do this, will show you that that comes from a very early trend back here in 2022. That's essentially a measured trend off of this high, exact same trend off of these lows coming through this 2023 base. So this is, again, just a measured high off of this contraction area here. And it looks, just beautiful. I can't tell you anything else here other than this is absolute price mechanics at perfection right now. So where are we at with this? Okay, so weekly, we have a good solid upward trend. Weekly, we're going to have very strong support down here in this area. Again, I can just do it visually. So you're going to have very strong support down here in this area. I'll change the color, make it a little green, bright blue, and fill color, light green. This is going to be our 382 to 50 area off of a Fibonacci move. I can do this to show you coming from this low up to our current close, and you can see the 382 to 50 levels right here. So I was off by just a bit, got to move it down. I'm going to be more in this area. Okay, that's going to be our critical weekly support. So I will get rid of that 382 to 50 range. We need to protect this level, the 530 level moving higher. We need to watch this level here, and we need to pay attention to this level, this red level. Let's see where that red level comes from. That red level is a secondary channel that originates back in October 2022. We're outside of this channel. That means that we are going to potentially start moving into a new channel. So as we're outside of this red channel, now we could potentially enter into a parabolic phase. And again, this is something I need you guys to be aware of. There's a lot of concern right now geopolitically, but we may move into, and I'll do this over here. I've been following Bitcoin as it struggles to come and find support above the 5,700 level, which is what I told you guys last 2 days ago. Beautiful setup here as well. But if I come back here to the SPY and we take a look at, this is daily, I'll go back into weekly, and this is a cleaner chart. I have a lot of these. I'm going to get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. I can get rid of this and this. And this looks like a line. Let me see where that comes from. Nope, that's a drawn line. And then I want you to be aware that we could move into a broader channel. So now you see how we've moved, and you can draw this. It's very simple. Find the rejection point All I'm looking for is price to come down, reject, come down, reject. So you got two different rejection points here. I'd figure about here, come back across, another rejection point here, another rejection point here, try to find the average there. That gives us a good solid range, right? We can see that's a good solid trend range. Let me make it bright red. A little redder, a little darker. Okay, so now we Control C, Control V, try to find the rejection points up at the top. We got one rejection point here, two rejection point here. Yeah, that kind of works, but I see a bigger level up here. Rejection point right here, coming off rejection point here, coming off a minor rejection point here, realigning with a rejection point here. You see that? Okay, that works for me. And that's how you should be developing trend channels on your chart. You should be looking for rejection points. So now we move into this tighter channel. So here we'll come back over here, rejection point down here, coming across this rejection point. I'll make this kind of a light green color. Control CV, paste it, drag it over, look for the rejection point here, see if we have any rejection points over here. We kind of don't, so we have to rely on this, and then this rejection point, this rejection point, and this rejection point. I will leave my line right there. I will make it maybe a slight light yellow color, and do the same thing here so we can see it. So now we're in this upward trend here. Okay. And where I'm trying to tell you guys is that, you know, and again, this is more so to discuss, you know, hypothetically where we're at in this trend. We've cleared this previous high. Okay. You can obviously see, and I'll just try to stick near the rejection point. We've cleared this previous high. We've set up this high, rolled down, cleared this one again. Now we're back up into this upper channel and really rallying. I mean, we're in a solid rally phase. And now remember, I drew all of these lines last week when I created this. And what I was looking for was Gann tangents. These are called Gann tangents. WD Gann spent a lot of time looking for how price correlated and aligned into tangents, like right here. Beautiful area where two tangents came together. Price reached it, rejected, came back down. I guarantee you there's one here somewhere off of these lows. You could probably come in here to here and find it, or here to here. There you go. There's a nice, beautiful tangent right there off of those lows. And what we're looking for with these tangents, guys, is multiple confirmation. So we could come here to here. Do we get confirmation? No. Here to here. And that looks pretty good. Let's come right over to here. Okay, so there's a tangent right here. You see how it aligned in this area and price came to that area and rejected? This means that you've got a pretty solid reversal taking place if this area continues to act as support. Same thing here, got a pretty solid resistance area if this continues to confirm a downward resistance area. Okay, so now we're moving up. We've gotten above those tangents. Now we're moving up into this red line area, trying to get above this yellow line area. And what that means, folks, is that we could move, as I've been telling you, into this 606, 634 area, and then potentially move even tighter up into this 735 area, possibly before the end of this year. And what would that look like? That would look like a parabolic move like this, potentially accelerating up out of this green line trend and moving into a more parabolic move up to the upside. Okay, so what that would mean that we would establish a new parabolic upside trend that could be very, very positive. Okay, so what we're doing back here is we're watching this, and what we want to try to do is go into this week knowing that price will pull back. So now I'm looking at a monthly chart. And come over here, make sure I'm not drawing all over it again. And I'm going to highlight this from a standpoint of we're probably going to move into this 580, 585 level. So let's just call it really this 569, 570 level. And then we're probably going to get a pullback. So what I'm going to tell you right here is we're going to probably move up into this 570 area here and then get some sort of a pullback. And the reason why I can safely assume that is, again, just measured moves. I can measure from here to here. I'm going to show you how to use measured moves real quick. Yellow, do not extend. Okay, and make it thick. So here's our measured move from this point to this point. Control C, Control V, and I want to make a measured move from here to here. And look at where that puts us. That puts us very comfortably up in the 567, 564, 565 area. So I'm going to guess probably 567 to 569, 570. We're going to rally up into, that's going to give us maybe even a little higher. But at that point, we're going to expect a pullback. And that's going to possibly be, this is monthly. Let's come over here, take a look at weekly. That's going to possibly be not next week. That will be the week roughly. I got to do the math here. That will be the week of the 15th through the 19th, possibly. So it would be this week right here, the 15th through the 19th. So I'm going to highlight that with a vertical line and tell you that we have a rally that may continue until we reach that area, and that area roughly could become a very solid pullback, maybe 2-3 weeks pullback, maybe back down into this yellow channeling area, and maybe giving us maybe even a little deeper. But it's going to give us an opportunity to pause before we attempt to move higher. So be aware, folks. We've had a great rally. My calls have been perfect. You can learn more at my website, learn more about what I do. Remember, my goal is just to help you become a better trader. And I think this week I proved myself to you. I basically come back over here. Remember when we started this 2 weeks ago? I basically predicted this move in the market. I predicted a consolidation, a narrowing band, a base low, a turn around in trend on the 25th of June, a rally phase here, expecting to go higher, a rally phase here, expecting to be a little flat, a deep low rotation, a sideways bar, and then a big rally that I've been calling. This was our big rally bar here. This was a rally bar here as well. Didn't really mature. But you can see how I've nailed this move. And again, I urge you, ask yourself, do you know anybody that can predict the market like this 7, 10, 15 days in advance? And now remember, I could go out and predict the next 30 or 60 days based on my research and technology. But the chances of those next 30 or 60 days being accurate, like I just did here for 10 days, is going to be very, very small. The further out I go, the more likely there's going to be a big variance out ahead of what's coming. Did I get lucky this week? Yeah, you could say I got lucky. But the reality is I gave you my best interpretation, which is what I do every day. So be aware. We've got about a week, maybe about 7, 8 days. So 5, 6, 7 trading days of continued upward rally, I think, moderate melt up trending. Then I think we're going to be up in this upper range. And like I said, guys, we're going to be looking at a pullback, a moderate pullback in the market. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.